you can go into the back end and create a site, and this template will be available. If your site already uses the blank template, on dashboard, you'll see a button that says switch template that'll allow you to switch to this e-commerce one, which is a new one, which I haven't officially released yet. I've got a few more tweaks to do on it yet before I'm going to actually officially release it. But since you're here today, you know that it is available. Right, and I'm going to go training.
Doug, just welcome to the new people. Welcome, guys. Welcome for joining. Today, we're going to go through the basics of an e-commerce site.
Okay, just while we're here to talk about, this is the sign-up process. So your title doesn't really matter too much, but the URL part is important. That's got to be all lowercase, one word, and that informs the URL that you're going to get. It'll be redshift.site / whatever you type in here. So in this case, I'm going to type in my shop, one word like that. So my URL will be redshift.site / my shop. And we're going to go on. Right. Okay, it's really that simple and easy to create a site on Redshift. My site has now been created. You'll see that I've been moved to the URL redshift.site / my shop, and then / login, which is where you log into the admin area. I can log in, and then I'm going to open my site in a new tab, just so that you can see what I have created in those couple of seconds. So there's my site. It's pulled in a whole lot of products. It's got my shop running already. It's got an account page, a checkout page, etc., etc. I'm just going to go in here. One thing you should do once you create a site is just come into settings and permalinks and click the save button down the bottom. That just deletes the cache on your shop and allows it to rebuild everything properly. And then you'll see.
Greg has asked a question. If you apply the shop template to an existing site, will it wipe the contents?
Yes. Yes, Greg. Be careful. It will indeed wipe the content.
But Greg will show you how to add that into an existing site.
So yeah. All right. So I mean that is it. Basically, I've created my shop that quickly. There's my shop page. Here's my account page, which is where I would be able to access my orders, downloads if you're selling digital products, etc. I have a checkout page all ready to rock and roll. Obviously, you just need to put products in the cart and send it out. But the products you'll find here are obviously just kind of sample products. So what you would have to do after you had done this, right, to edit things a little bit would be obviously to come into products and delete all these sample products that you wouldn't want. I am going to, for the final version of this eShop, just reduce the amount of products so you don't have as many to delete. Okay, the other thing that you will have to absolutely do is come into your WooCommerce settings. So here this is the admin area, dashboard area. You'll find WooCommerce is already installed and everything, but you must come to the settings in WooCommerce and run through the settings and change it obviously to your address and your shipping requirements, your product requirements, etc., etc. Come through and check all of these settings, please. This is very important. Everything, the accounts and privacy, the email, all of it. It's all vital. Payments is, of course, the other absolutely vital part. You'll find that there's two sort of payment methods available immediately, and that's direct bank transfer and cash on delivery. So you need to go in and just put in, like in the direct bank transfer, you need to go and put in your bank details so that people can do an EFT. And then if you would like to, you can sign up with the local payment gateway called PayFast to handle online payments with credit card and a number of other, well, they offer a number of other options, not just credit card. But what you will have to do is just come to your plugins and activate the WooCommerce PayFast gateway and then integrate it to your PayFast account, right? And what you will also find with this shop is that the products, like if you click into a WooCommerce product, you'll see that these products don't look like the display is not a normal display. And that's because I have done a little layout for these products. And the place where you'll find that is, for those of you who don't know, we use a theme called Divi in Redshift. And if you come to the Divi theme builder, you will find that there has been already a custom body created for all products, right? And that is what's informing that that layout. So I just clicked on the edit icon there to bring up this layout in the edit, in the Divi editor. And here I have that layout. Well, one sec. So here I have the product layout that you can see. Here's the actual product, and here's the layout version where you can affect all of these bits and pieces, right? So this is where you can see we've put in title, we've put in the options and the add to cart bit, the product name and description, etc., right? And down to and including related products down the bottom, reviews, and even a newsletter subscription option over here. Now, what you will find when you come here and you click the this little load from library icon down the bottom, the little plus icon here is a load from library icon. What you will find, if you come to your saved layouts, you will find that we have 14 kind of product layouts that you probably haven't seen before. Well, you definitely haven't seen before. So I'm going to just choose another one of these at random. Let's go with the backpack one.
Doug, were these layouts you made?
These are new ones that I didn't make, but I received as part of a bonus. Right, so there I just pulled in a new layout, right? So as you can see, it looks slightly different to the one we had. And I'm going to click on save. There we go, it's saved. Give it another save just to be safe. And now if I refresh this product page, this particular product called album, you'll see that it's got the new layout. It is missing an image. There's no images on these products, right? Because I didn't want to like use up all your space. So there's no images on these products. The image would come up here in the middle in this layout. But as you can see, that's how easy it is to change layouts with this particular one. And like I said, we've got 14 awesome product layouts. What you will also find is on the home page, for example, on this home page, I used that last kind of product layout to inform the home page. In fact, I'm just going to click the build on front end for those of you who prefer that. You can, with Divi, you can build both on the back end and on the front end. Most people prefer front end building. And why am I seeing this page? Not that. It's wrong. Sorry about that. Because I didn't go to the shop page, obviously. Very funny. Okay, so in normal circumstances, this welcome page is actually the home page, but I need to get rid of that for the shop. Okay, so this is the shop page. Let's build it on the front end, like we said. So if we look at my current sort of home page, shop page, you'll see it looks like this. My products over that sort of slightly blue background with this footer, which I took from that other shop layout. So here's my shop page in the layout builder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the load from library again. I'm going to go back to my saved layouts. And then we used the Divi backpack one, right? So I'm going to pull that in again here. I'm going to get rid of some stuff and put in my shop, basically. If there's any questions along the way, please just ask while we're on the way. We don't mind answering questions.
You could use any of the layout packs from the pre-existing layout packs from the other library ones.
You can use those pre-existing ones. They just don't have all the the WooCommerce product product information. You know, the price and the product image and the that kind of stuff, right? So you know, these are WooCommerce kind of fields, right? This is a price field. This is a Woo price settings. As you can see, this module, it's specific to WooCommerce products for displaying those, right?
So Greg's asking, these layouts are part of the eShop template when it becomes available, or available to us when we add our e-commerce from scratch. So there's a couple of ways to do it, Greg. You can add to existing website, and there's a different method of doing that. So that would mean you would have to enable WooCommerce and a number of other plugins, and then you'd have to go and add it in manually, which we could probably go through at the end of this session. The other way to do it is if you apply. So I mean, Doug's showing us if you had to start from scratch. So we'll run through both scenarios.
Sure.
This is presuming you build one from scratch and you know that's what you have in mind. But if you wanted to add to an existing page, there's 2 or 3 ways to do that.
Right. So as you can see, what I'm doing on this page, I'm getting rid of all that product specific stuff and making this more a generic kind of shop page. I don't want this review section either. What I do want this section though, because what I am missing is a contact form. So that's kind of really, you know, there I've changed it and I've got something similar to what I had on the to my products. And what I could put in here is a title. Right, so I could put in my title like that, so it looks a bit more like my other pages. And all right, and then this thing, obviously I would want to make this a little bit wider. So in all the modules that we have in Divi, it all comes down to modules, everything in Divi. There is a design tab as well that allows you to change the design. In this case, I want to change the size of it. The default is 80%. I'm going to make this 90. And I'm going to make this max width as well, 90%. So you'll see that it's done it in the background there, and I like what it's done, so I'm going to leave it like that right here. And then I can save the changes. Obviously, nothing happens until you actually save the changes. But once you save the changes, then it is saved in real time. So as you know, this is what my shop used to look like, my shop page, homepage. And well, now it looks like this. Right, and that's, I mean, that's it. It's that simple. The other thing about Divi is obviously there is, I'm just going to quickly show you, to add a new page, right? So this, for example, this website is missing a contact us page, right? So under pages, there's always a big link that says add new, and there's also in the menu on the left-hand side, there's an add new link. Both of them open up this new page option. I'm going to call it contact us. And when you click this button to use the Divi builder, this is where the magic really happens on pages. This is what John was referring to earlier. You get the option to build from scratch, which obviously gives you a blank canvas. Choose a pre-made layout, which I'm going to do now, or clone an existing page. So clone an existing page obviously can be very useful once you've got the kind of layout that you want on your pages. You can just clone content across. All right, but I'm going to choose a pre-made layout just to show you that. These pre-made layouts in Divi that are amazing. So Divi, over and above those couple of little product layouts that I showed you, we have 161 layout packs. Each layout pack has about 7 or 8 pages in it to give us a total of 1,190 total layouts. We add to these all the time, little bit by little bit, and yeah, it is a growing selection. So what I'm looking for is a contact us page. I'm just actually going to go into the design agency one here because it uses similar colors. It's a bit of a cheat, but it has their contact us page, which doesn't use any of their colors. I'm going to use this layout. When you click on use this layout, it pulls in that layout. You can use the images if you want, but we do advise that you swap out and use your own images. Yeah, it's just better for you. You'll look more original. All right, so I'm going to just publish it like that. But that doesn't mean that it now appears on my website. Just simply publishing a page doesn't actually add it to your menu, okay? So to affect your menu, that all happens under appearance in the left-hand menu, appearance, and menus. That's where you can create custom menus. There will be a main menu already created, which has got those few links that we talked about. And here you can see under pages, you can see the new page, the contact us page that I've just created. And if I tick that and then click on this button that says add to menu, it puts it into the menu over here. If I wanted to change the order of the menu, obviously I can just drag and drop this item around. If I wanted to make it a drop down, I could do that to make it a drop down. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my account a drop down of checkout so that you can see that on the front end. Okay, if you're happy with your menu structure, then you click on the save button. You can see that this menu has been assigned to primary menu. You've got 2 other menu positions, secondary menu and footer menu. The primary menu is this menu right at the top. And I'm just going to refresh the page so you can see the menu changes. The secondary menu is in this blue bar at the top, and the footer one is right down the bottom, obviously. Right, so there's my new menu. I've got my account as a drop-down option under checkout, and that contact us page that I've just created. Okay, so I can click on contact us and see that page. Right, obviously it's not the correct information, and well, this form I don't really like, so that's really what I want to change as well. What you will find in our sites as well, you have access to Ninja Forms, and if you just click on that, you will see there is a default contact me form. If you need to edit it in any way, you can come in and just click on the field that you want to edit, and you type in whatever changes you want to. So for example, you want full name. There we go. And if you want to add new fields, you do that down the bottom here. Here's the kind of fields that you can add in. You can see this, all the fields you're ever going to want to add in. And then obviously there's more to a form as well. There's also the emails and actions afterwards. Store submission means it stores it in the database. An email confirmation, this is to the client. An email notification, this is to you. And a success message, this will be displayed to the client after they fill in the form. So I think the email confirmation is a bit of overkill. And this notification that's coming to me, if I wanted to edit that, I click on this little cog icon, and there I can see where to edit it, the to email, the reply to, etc., all the information that's going to be in the email. The advanced also allows you to do things like your display settings. You know, do you want to show your title, clear the form, etc. And I prefer contact us. All right, so when you're happy with that, you click on done and you click on publish. That doesn't actually make your form appear somewhere on your website, right? To get this form to appear on my website, I need to exit this builder and get this form shortcode, right? This is a shortcode in these square brackets. WordPress uses this a lot to display information all over your website, right? So I'm going to copy this shortcode, ninja_form ID equals 1. And here's this contact us page. When I'm on a page and I'm logged in as an admin, you'll see that I get this black bar at the top where I've got this enable visual builder button. And I'm going to click that now. What that does is allow me to edit these pages in the front end of the website in the Divi builder like that. All right, so now it's loaded up the Divi builder. Here's that existing form. All right, and I'm going to actually just get rid of it. And I'm going to put in my form by putting in a text module and simply pasting in my form code. And then it's put in my form. I'm going, oh, that's a little bit big. So what I want to do is just give this a max width of about 650. Really? 650. Let's okay that. There we go. So now you can see the form sort of will max out at that size. And again, if you're happy with everything, 3 little buttons down the bottom here, click on that. That gives you all these extra menu options. I'll let you play with those. There's some really useful stuff. But click on save to make these changes permanent. And then I can exit the visual builder and see the page as other people would see it. And here's my new Ninja form that I've put in. So there we go. And that's it in short, like how to build a shop in, well, how long did that take? Not even 20 minutes.
Doug, let's say somebody's got an existing site and they want to add a new page with the shop functionality to it. They don't want to go and redo all of their work and use
okay.
templates that you've created.
Okay, so all right. So the simple thing with Redshift is if you just create like a blank site with us, and then you turn on the plugin WooCommerce, then you'll get the WooCommerce option and the products option, right? Which is what you need to do before you're going to be able to actually put in products. So the other thing with WooCommerce like this is that you will have to go through the kind of setup. And I suggest you use the old setup, not the new setup. So when you first turn on WooCommerce, you're going to get offered a wizard and you're going to see this red button that says, you know, continue. Don't click that red button. Click the little link down below that says use the old method. And
are we able
you
to do that?
You don't even have to run through the wizard with WooCommerce. Really what it does is what it comes down to is it sets the settings for you. So if you'd rather not even go through the wizard, just like escape the wizard and come straight to WooCommerce settings and actually go through, and I highly recommend that you do this if you're ever going to do a shop, go through every single one of these tabs and every single one of these settings and work out what it does and how to use it to your advantage, because you'll find stuff here that'll inspire you.
Can we go through those settings while we're on? Because I've been
This
through
is,
those.
no, it's extensive. No, John, this is like a whole hour of training on itself. Just the like shipping options and tax options and. So no, we can't really do it, but just to know that there is little help, all these little question marks everywhere. If you put your mouse over it, you'll get a little pop-up box. It'll give you more information about that particular field. And of course, this is WooCommerce, so you can look it up. There's plenty of online information about WooCommerce.
We've got a great question. Do we have to enable all three plugins? What is the admin plugin? I see it wasn't enabled in this template.
Look, you don't. The admin plugin is a legacy thing. Well, it's recent legacy. I say legacy. It's recent legacy. What it is they basically built it as a separate plugin first, but now it's this WooCommerce dashboard, right? So it's this new section that they built up, and they first did it as a separate plugin, and now it's which they called the WooCommerce admin, and then they've now built it into the main one, right? So you don't need to use that old one. In fact, I must clean it out. And it'll show you once you start doing business. Obviously, it shows you a whole lot of really useful data here in charts. So the question was, how do you create a shop without using my template, right? So that what it comes down to is I'm going to go here and go add a new page, right? This is what you would do. What you need to do, well, when you turn on WooCommerce, it's actually going to create a shop page for you. And really what you should do is, if you need to, by default, that'll show all your products. In fact, let me just go there. It's true, John. As you turn on WooCommerce, it's going to create a page called shop like this, okay? And the way to put your shop in there is to use the Divi module. You either leave it as a blank page. If you leave it as an absolutely blank page without using the Divi builder, just a normal blank WordPress page, it's going to show your products. But if you want to actually control what it looks like, then you need to use the Divi builder. And what you need to do is put in the shop module somewhere, right? That's what it comes down to, is this shop module where you can choose to show whatever. And you can, and obviously this module is designed, you can have 2 or 3 instances of this module on the page. So right at the top, you could be showing 4 featured products, and then you could be showing 4 sale products, and then you could be showing the rest of the products down below, right? Can also be used for product category pages, etc. as well. Okay, so I'm just going to show recent products, put in 12, make it 4 column. Elements, whether or not to show your pagination, yeah, and then design as well. You can.
We're able to do this on the homepage, on the front end, so we can see these changes being made.
Yes. Right here.
And then we've got a couple of questions as well. So, Greg, yes, you enable the basic one and PayFast. PayFast is your payment gateway. And George is asking about, he's got an e-commerce site with about 30 different products. Can he put them into different categories with a title for each category? Yes, we can do that. We can show you that.
Yeah, your products obviously can be in categories. So here we go. Here's my shop module. And this is what's displaying my products at the moment. And if I want to change that, I literally come in here and change these settings. And that's how you can have your shop module on, your shop on any page. And you don't have to have one shop page. Like I said, you can create category pages if you want. You can create, you know what I mean? Because if I select category like that, I can select to show just, one category, for example, just the clothing category. And that's how you could build a category page, for example. So yeah, that's how you build your shop pages if you need to. I mean, obviously, like I said, when you turn WooCommerce on, it's going to create a page called shop, and it will display your products there by default. But if you want to like get control of the layout and look and layout of feel of that page, then you're going to need to do it in the Divi builder like this. Just to show you, it's called drag and drop builder because you literally can drag and drop. Like where you see that there's a bit too much space or whatever, you just click and drag until it looks right for you. Okay, and that's it, John. That's how you create a shop on any page or part of shop on any page. All right, more questions? What we haven't really looked at is the other aspect of Divi, which is if you come to the other place where you can make a whole lot of changes is under appearance and customize. And if you click on that, it'll open up in the back end here the kind of customization with previewer. So you actually see the page and then you can make changes, and those changes will be, across the board. But the important one is obviously the header and navigation. This top bar, these top two bars, that's the primary menu bar and the secondary menu bar. Secondary is the blue one at the top. The primary one is the big white one that's got our logo, et cetera, in it. And then header navigation is the floating one. And header elements is obviously stuff like these social icons over here. This is where you can show them or turn them off. The phone number, if you want to edit it, or if you want to get rid of it, you just delete it, that kind of thing. So if you want to obviously save those changes, you have to publish for it to actually be like that on the website. And and then the other kind of so yeah, I'll leave you to go through all these customization settings. There are lots of customization settings. You want to do this at the beginning, go through it, get the look and feel of your website right for what you're trying to do, so that you don't have to come back here again and again. You can just deploy stuff on your website and it'll all look the same. The other place where you're going to find a number of settings that'll be useful to you is if you come to Divi and theme options. Under theme options, right at the top, for example, is the logo section. If you want to change the logo, which you do want to change because that's our logo, you click on the button to upload, which opens up the media uploader or the media library. Your media existing images are in the media library. This upload section, you can literally drag and drop a file into here to upload it. All basic file types work. Okay, that's how you would change your logo. And then there's a whole load of other kind of default settings. Here's a very useful color palette. So if you wanted to set a specific color palette for your website, set your colors over here. And then when you're in any of the modules in the Divi Builder and you want to use a color, it'll present you with these colors. So you can access your color palette really quickly. And then, yeah, there's a whole lot of other bits and pieces. Here's those social media icons where you can turn them on and off, and obviously set the URLs. This is a placeholder instead of a URL. The hashtag can be used as a placeholder. And more settings. And then finally a custom CSS box down the bottom where you can paste in custom CSS, but I'm not allowed to talk about custom CSS, apparently.
Doug, a couple of questions.
That was a shot at John, in case you're wondering. He's like, don't talk about CSS. All right. Yes, John.
In the secondary bar, is it possible to change the appearance order of the elements and the justification?
The what? The appearance order of?
The elements.
In where?
In the secondary bar.
No, you can't really affect the order of things. You can to a degree with CSS. There's some clever CSS you can write to make things sort of hop over to the left or to the right or to,
and that'll affect the justification. That'll affect the justification.
But it does affect justification and everything. Yeah, so you've got to know what you're doing to do that.
All right, so Greg, there's a bit of research there. around that. And he's apologizing. He's saying, sorry, made Doug talk about CSS. CSS is a forbidden topic in the beginner in getting started. How to chase your client base away. Talk about CSS.
I think we just intimidate John when we talk CSS. Then he's like, no.
Just coming back to the categories and orders. Let's say I've got an online store and I sell clothing and food and. Now, food will be a category on its own. Clothing would be a category on its own. Let's say you wanted to further subdivide that clothing category. How would you do that? Let's say now you would take it down to t-shirts and caps.
So funny enough, under appearance and customize. So remember what I said about having a blank shop, right? In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. What I am going to do now, I'm going to leave this page. And what I would like to do is to just show you this, John. Pages or pages. So remember what I was saying about just using a blank page, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you what a blank WooCommerce shop page looks like. That's a big warning that says you're about to lose all the content on your page, right? So now I've lost all the content on my page. I now have a default WordPress page, blank, right? Called shop, which happens to be assigned in WooCommerce as my main shop page, right? It's also in my theme designed as my main homepage, right? So there it is. There's all my products, right? Yeah, John? Good at that? Following so far?
Yeah. Remember, I'm only level 1.
So now under appearance and customize, I'm going to come here. This is a setting that actually used to be in WooCommerce and then it got moved to the kind of customization. I don't know why. It's a bit weird, but anyway. So under product catalog, right? So WooCommerce, I've come to WooCommerce and product catalog. Shop page display is by default on show products, but I can swap it to show categories. Now it shows clothing, decor, music. And when I click into any one of those, then it starts showing the products for that particular one. Does that answer your question, John?
Yes, to a degree. Let's say I wanted to split the clothing collection into male and female. Would I have to create a separate shop module underneath that? So one for men, one for women, or separate pages, or?
No, because like I said, look, under category display, you can also, by default, it's under show products, but you can show subcategories, and you can also show subcategories and products.
Uh-huh.
So it starts off by showing my subcategories at the top, and then it starts showing the products directly after that. But if you wanted to go just to the subcategories, so I've gone into clothing, which is the main category, and now I've gone into hoodies, for example, and there I see my 3 hoodie products.
That's very good. And these subcategories and categories are managed in your product menu in the dashboard.
Right, so let me just show you where all of those go. I am going to publish this so that it works like that on the front end, and you can all see it. Go out. These categories are managed in products. So under WooCommerce, you'll see the products post type over here. We've got all these different post types, and here are the categories. Here are categories. You see clothing. Accessories is a subcategory of clothing. Hoodies is a subcategory of clothing, etc., etc. Here's where you add categories, and you can set the parent category, right? So if I wanted, for example, vases would be a subcategory of decor. Okay, and I click on add category, and it's added in vases as a subcategory of decor. So that's how you manage your categories in WooCommerce. And then obviously when you're adding in a product, your product gets assigned to any one of these categories, or multiple. A product can be in multiple categories. It doesn't have to be in one.
Thank you. That answers, I think, does that answer the question? Greg's asked, can WooCommerce pull in info or categories from GeoDirectory? I think the answer would be no. I think you've got to manually add the categories.
No, can't do that. What it can do, interestingly enough, though, which a lot of people don't know about, is external products. So let me just see how they would have put it in.
A question, a private
I'm not
question.
sure which one, but it can. Yeah, sorry.
No,
what I was trying to say is that it can do external products as well. In other words, like if you want to set up your shop as an affiliate shop, right? One of the settings when you're adding a new product is to set the link. So you set it as an external or affiliate product, right? And then you can put in the product URL, which will be your affiliate link. So this is where you put in your affiliate buy link. So whatever that may be. And what the button text should say: buy now, buy product, buy on Amazon, whatever. So this is how you can use WooCommerce as an affiliate shop. John?
If I enable WooCommerce, do I have to add in the cart and the checkout?
No, it's going to create a checkout page. It's going to create, I'll show you the pages it creates by default. When you activate WooCommerce, it creates 4 pages by default: shop, which we've looked at; my account, which is literally where people can access all their orders, their past orders. They can, if you're just selling digital products, this is where they can come to access their downloads, change address, account details, etc. And actually, when you're not logged in, this is a login page as well. This My Account page it'll allow users to log in here. So particularly useful if you're selling digital products. The other page that it creates is checkout and cart. Okay, those are the 2 other pages that it does create. They won't be Divi pages. What you're going to want to do is just come in, and what you'll find is that it's just a normal WordPress page with a little shortcode on it, and you'll want to click the button that says Use Divi Builder, and then it'll give you the option to use the existing content. You want to click on that, use the existing content. So it'll just, what it does is create this one text module with the WooCommerce cart shortcode in it. And that's all this. What that does is it just gives me control over the design of this page in the Divi Builder. You know, I can now set the width of the max width of it. I can put a header above it, a title, etc., whatever I wanted to put in and around the cart. Okay, so it gives you by default a normal kind of page with a sidebar, etc. So if you want to get rid of all of that, put it into Divi Builder, and that'll give you control over the look of those pages. So yeah, it creates those pages automatically for you. You don't really have to do anything, but you do have to do something to make them look like the rest of your website.
Are you able to customize those pages at all in terms of look?
Well, you are to a degree. I mean, and like I said, like if I had to, all right, so let's just get a product here. This is the external one. Buy on WordPress swag store, you see. That's the one I was looking for. And I'm just going to add it to cart. All right. So my cart page is pretty boring at the moment, right? Like that. So what I could do is, for example, just put in a title section. And I could pull a dynamic title. I could pull the page title. And just save that. Put that at the top, for example. It's just an example to show you how to how to kind of edit the look of this page. You can't really, I mean, you can change the cart if you know CSS. You can change the way the cart actually looks. But all I did was add in this little blue header at the top here with the word cart. It's pulling it from the title of my page, right? And then, you know, this is a section which I can edit, change color, change font, etc., etc. See, there's that blue background that's behind it. If I wanted to change it, I could, you know, it's a simple case of dragging it around. I want to make it purple because I have no sense of color. And just refresh that and you'll see that. There you go. So yes, you can change these pages. You can't change the actual cart and its functionality too much. And obviously this checkout page, you know, these fields are not too editable. You can. George is still going to come back to me and tell me whether or not I can offer everyone the option of being able to edit these fields a bit. We've been working on something for a client of his specifically, and you know, if it works, we'll make it available to everyone. But yeah, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. The checkout, again, this checkout page is another page, and it is on Divi, and I can, you know, I can go in and I can put a header on this one as well, exactly like I did with the other one. In fact, what I'll just quickly show you is how to see, that's kind of a module that'll work anywhere. So I'll show you the one useful thing about Divi once you've got a module correct, right? So whether it's a section or a row or an actual module as well, they've all got these three little dots over here. And the first one, if you click on that, is Save to Library. And I'm going to put this as my header section. You do get the option to save as a global, which means, you know, it'll be exactly the same wherever it is on your website. Okay. But I'm just going to, so what I've saved is this top header section. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my checkout page and just throw that header section in from the library. And because it's a dynamic header, it should say checkout right away. So when I click on this one, I get the option to add from library. And here you'll find that header section that I've saved. And I'm just going to put that at the top, update that. And there in seconds, I have the same purple kind of header bar for this page, is exactly the same as my cart. Yeah. Again, the actual like checkout bit is not so easy to edit. You really need to know about CSS to do that kind of stuff. And yeah, yeah, even then it's a bit of a challenge. Right. John, any more questions?
Greg asked about coupon handling. You would have noticed on the cart page there was a coupon. If you want to disable that, that's the settings of WooCommerce. And then at the same time, if you want to issue coupons, you can do that as well. Doug can show us that, how to switch it on and off, and also where to manage them.
Okay, so that happens under WooCommerce and coupons.
Just so everybody knows, a coupon is a discount.
All right. And as with anything, you can add a new coupon, get it to generate a code for you if you like, or you can put in 10 off summer promotion, don't we wish. Description optional, and then your usage. So is it a fixed discount? Is it a percentage discount? Is it a fixed product discount? Fixed cart discount or a percentage discount, right? So if we want 10%, we put in like that percentage discount, 10%. Does it affect shipping? Does it have an expiry date? And then usage restrictions, all right? Minimum spend, maximum spend, individual use only. In other words, it can only be used by itself, not with other, in conjunction with other coupons, right? Sale items are excluded if you want to exclude sale items from being, further discounted. You can apply it to specific products, or you can exclude specific products. Same with categories. Yeah, and then usage limit per coupon. You can set a max usage for the coupon. You can limit it to the amount of X items in your cart, and you can limit per user, how many times, like each person can use it. So for example, you can put it in one. That means they can get, they can only use it once. And the system knows who's using it, because make people log in and register. Obviously, they're giving you their email address. It all works off that. Okay, so that's, and then what you share is this code. You give people this code over here once you've saved it and everything, and they would put that code into the cart, into this little box over here.